Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis, we welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. On play action, Cousins. And incomplete to open things up. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back deep, Ray McLeod. And it's fielded at the 34. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Purdy. And his throw here's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Purdy now to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, Hey, we got everybody.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Purdy. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And the Niners are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. Cousins to throw it. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, it's Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
McLeod to return it. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field, they've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Purdy on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. They'll find Ayuk open right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Purdy from the gun. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting.
Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins on first down. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down, Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Cousins now. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. In motion right, one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, you talk about just coming in and completely seizing momentum. They can go up 21-0 here. We haven't even hit halftime.
And the other part of this, you can start to feel the unrest here in the stadium. I think these fans are saying, what hit us? And this isn't about fantasy points. This is about rooting their team on.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Going to run with Madison again. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case,
touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison. 32 yards. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 112 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2nd down, here's Purdy to throw. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so he'll just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. He's got a man, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. He'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. He has his target. It's Addison. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give to Madison. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Another carry now for Madison. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jordan Addison with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Powell on the return. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. On second down, this is Madison. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Vikings are back within a score. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins now.
This one caught by Osborne, right side.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
Here's McLeod on the return.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 159 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, 31 yards.
And the 49ers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Moody good with the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Nwangu now from his end zone.
And now off to the races down the right side. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. And that big fourth quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for two? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way, because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop, trailing here in the 4th. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle.
Brought down at the 20.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Purdy.
Got his target, Samuel.
And he will have a Niners 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.